Hi guys and welcome back to the Geek Street where the street speaks. My name is Sean and I have my fellow geek buddies over here. Hi!
Hello, Sean.
Hi guys.
Still low energy. I
Yes.
cannot take this. And by the way, we are looking for high energy people out there who wants to join us. So if you guys have had any application or applicants who wants to come and join us, please come and do. You want to get rid of all these unenergetic people.
So yapping.
Okay.
Yap.
Yeah. He's got a problem with his hand. Later, I will show him what to do with his hand. Okay. So, anyways, guys, how are you?
Okay lah, it's like the end of the week already, so
Yeah.
after this just chill. Yeah.
It's literally TGIF today, and we're recording.
Yeah. So we are ending our day with the Geek Street.
So, is that a good thing or a bad thing?
It's also
It's a good thing.
it's a good thing, but also a sad thing because we're gonna get the World Cup finals in 2 days,
Yeah.
and then we're done with World Cup. So it's a bit sad. Lah.
Yeah.
It's a mixture of both.
I just cannot comprehend your energy levels. It's making me very sad.
We are sad, day.
Literally, I feel like I'm talking to two people who are mourning, What the hell? Oh my god. Okay. So anyways, we are back with another trailer breakdown of Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 3. So yeah, you guys watched the trailer, right? So what do you guys think? Don't give any spoilers away first, but what do you guys think?
It's nice, of course, because I think the only person who can pull this movie is just James Gunn, and it's a visual treat. That one is definitely, of all the Guardians movies, were a visual treat. I think there's no any other movie has visual treats. Not Thor, the Thor franchise per se also does not have that kind of visual treat, but Guardians of the Galaxy will never fail and has never failed to give us those the graphic elements and stuff. I think it was really nice, and plus the music, as the trailer, it was really nice.
I think it was nice, lah. Like I think Harvin covered most part. I think it was unique. Of course, there's a James Gunn touch, and I think Guardians of the Galaxy throughout the first one and second one, they're always unique. They always have this certain touch that it gives throughout his movies and its movies and trailers. So I think this movie has very high expectations, I would say. I'm expecting them to like bang all the other movies that Marvel released this year and last year. So hopefully, by this trailer, it looks that they can do it, lah. So hopefully, we see it happen. Yeah.
Okay, so moving on, we will do our trailer breakdown, right, of Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 3. Okay, so if you guys haven't watched Guardians of the Galaxy Holiday Special, please go ahead and watch it. Pause this video, go to your app, Disney Plus Hotstar, and watch it and come back. Okay, so why we asked you to watch the Holiday Special is because a lot of things that happen inside them has some significance to the trailer and also the movie. So please go and watch. But we'll breaking down those things together with Holiday Special when we go through the trailer, right? All right. So now, so this trailer opens with a Marvel Studio logo that resembles a cassette of a mixtape that's given to Peter Quill from his mother from Earth, right? So we saw that in Volume 2, where he had that sort of like a cassette. Okay, so for those millennials who don't know what a cassette is, Google it. Okay, all right, yeah. Okay, so I think we were probably one of the last generations that actually use a cassette. So yeah. All right. So you young fellows out there. Okay, all right. So great way to start off the trailer, and then now we see the Guardians are actually having a new ship called the Bowie. The Bowie, okay? It's Bowie, okay? The Bowie. So we're calling the ship the Bowie because it's a third edition of like I think every Guardians movie will get a new ship lah. I think basically we have already know that. So in the first one we had the Milano in Volume 1, and then Volume 2 we had the Benetta, which also featured in the Avengers Infinity War and also Endgame, right? So yeah, and now we see the Guardians have a new suit, all right, which is very like Harvin said, it was comic accurate, right, Harvin?
Yeah, it's comic accurate suit. Yeah, that's what they wore in the.
So what do you call this? It's also very resemblance of what Rocket wore in Avengers Endgame. So very similar. So at that time we thought, oh, is the gun's going to get a new suit, things like that. But end up only Rocket was the only one that wore it. But now we see that sort of a better version of that suit, we would say, right? Without any logos, it's very plain, right? Maybe they might add the logos in the movie, but really they just didn't add it in here, maybe, right? So yeah, so in the beginning of the trailer, we see that the Bowie was going towards planet Earth, right? So in my first impression, it would look like planet Earth. So as he was going, it looks like a New York City sort of skyline, and all that. We see like Statue of Liberty. But when they land, suddenly you see in this like neighborhood, but suddenly you see that it's actually like people who are half with a human body and an animal head. Okay, so everyone was like that, right? So this comes up with a theory that this either could be one of two places, which is either half world, which is Rocket's origin planet, or it could be counter Earth, right? So counter Earth, as we know, is what they call the what do you call the high intelligence now?
Evolutionary.
Yeah, high evolutionary, high intelligence. What the hell? Okay, so it was it's actually the sort of layer or the place created to look like Earth, sort of, right? For the high evolutionary, right? So the high evolutionary in this movie is played by this actor called Chohukdi Iwuji. Okay, I hope I said his name correct. Okay, and so the character's name, the high evolutionary character's name, is actually Herbert Wyndham. So Arvind, you want to explain a little bit about Herbert Wyndham?
Yeah, Herbert Wyndham is a character from the comics. It's very comic accurate, and he is a person who wants to build a perfect life. Everything has to be very perfect. So yes, and the backstory goes with Rocket. He's the one who created Rocket. Gave him all the tech on his back of his back and everything. So he's the one who created Rocket and many other beings. So the same planet that Sean mentioned earlier is the same thing. He wants everything to be perfect. So to reach that ultimate perfection, he would go to any extent. Even it messes up big time, he would still continue doing it. So that is him, and that's the reason why they wanted him to be part of this movie as a main villain, because it revolves around Rocket so much, and we saw Rocket grew so much as a character, and that's why they gave him the necessary space and freedom for him to relate with high evolutionary.
Okay, yeah, so that is basically a sort of a theory on I mean, that's basically who the high evolutionary is, but we don't know to what extent they will use the origin of the comic character in this. As we know, Marvel likes to mix and match. So yeah, we'll see what happens in there. So as the Guardian disembarks from the ship, we see Peter Quill, we see Drag, we see Mantis, we see Groot, but we don't see Rocket and we don't see Gamora. Right? So the question is still, where is Gamora? Who is Gamora?
Why is Gamora?
Why is Gamora? Right? So yeah. So and we don't see Rocket as well. So it's like we don't know what is happening. Of course, throughout the trailer, we have this sense of even the music, the background music is sort of pulling towards maybe there could be someone who dies, things like that. So it's a lot of things that's going on. So a lot of unanswered questions in this trailer itself, and the trailer didn't give anything away, right? So yeah, and then we hear Mantis saying to Peter, "Don't forget where we come from." So this could be a line probably referring to the holiday special, like I told you guys to watch. If you didn't watch, pause now. Okay, so where we find out that Gamora and Mantis are actually stepbrother and stepsister, right? because they share the same father, which is ego, right? So so we see that. So to what extent this conversation happens, still it's like we don't know much about this. Okay, then we see sort of like a young Rocket before the experiment, and a hand reaching out to him. So the way the thriller is like pieced together is like taking from different parts of the movie and putting it together to confuse everybody. So that's basically the whole thing, like how Marvel actually sort of pieced together into the trailer. It's like all over the place. So so we of course had a theory where we were speaking about it, whether they're going to but this whole movie focuses on Rocket's backstory, right? About where he come from, how he became who he is today, and all that. So, like, sort of like we are being proven through, but to what extent is this solely focused on Rocket, or whether the trailer is just like, maybe this is a small part in terms of the larger scale of the story, we're not sure. So, yeah, very exciting things going on. And so we see like 5 Guardians. Now this one looks like Skittles already. 5 Guardians with like multicolor spacesuits, jumping out onto like a planet, and this planet looks like it has like nerve and skin, and I don't know, maybe it could be someone's hair. Yeah. You have any theories on that? What that could be, Harvin?
It's very sus. Because the suit they're wearing is from the Among Us. Very, very relatable suit.
Yeah, I mean, it reminds me of 2 things: Teletubbies and Skittles. So yeah, okay. And then we see Gamora holding. So now we see Gamora in the trailer, but she's holding a picture in the hand. Don't know what picture this is also. So don't know where is Gamora, and we don't see Gamora together with the rest of the Guardians in the whole trailer, right? We only see her in alone, right? So where she is, we still don't know, and we're not really sure.
There's a theory for Gamora is that she, after Avengers Endgame, when she chow by herself, it seems that she went back to the Ravagers. Now she's practically the leader of the Ravagers group. So there's a theory stating such like that. So yeah.
Didn't she die?
Yeah.
This is the actual Gamora died, but this is the 2014 Gamora.
Oh yeah, right. Okay.
Yeah.
2013.
Interesting.
14.
13 or 14?
14.
Okay, fine, 14. I'll go back and watch Endgame just for that. Okay, all right. So yeah, by this we know Gamora will somehow, of course, she's core to the Guardian, so she will definitely play a big role as well, right? And then Drax, then Rocket like sort of gets ready to war, ready to go to war. Like he gets ready his weapon. And then we see so Drax looks injured while Gamora and Mantis hold him. So now we see that maybe there's some battle that will happen. But definitely we know the main villain will be the High Evolutionary. But we don't know to what extent, whether he's like the main or whether he's there and then there's other villains, we're not sure, accompanying him. So so I mean we see sort of this battle going on, but we're not sure exactly whether it's one-on-one with the High Evolutionary lab, right? Then Rocket looks all beaten up when he says this word. So this is what that got me into the theory that maybe Rocket might die. Okay, so he says that we're not sure whether who he says this to, but it could be of course his comic girlfriend Lila, who we see also in this trailer. So we see him saying that we all fly away together one last time into the forever and beautiful sky. So Rocket is not a romantic guy, okay, for what we know, right? He's this badass, don't give a shit sort of guy, but then now we see him being all, like, so what could have been this change, whether because he found the love of his life again, or whether he's going to die. So there's 2 things that in that sort of made him say this. But like I said, this could all just be like throwing us off to the actual plot of the movie, right? Then like I said, we see him hugging Lila, and then Mantis, Nebula, and Drax run into like what we see like a squid octopusy monster I don't know who's this.
Is
Is
it?
there any?
It's the same. It's the same monster from the opening scene of the Guardians of the Galaxy 2, Volume 2.
Okay. What planet is that again?
Uh, uh, the Sovereign, right? Yeah, from the Sovereign. Yeah.
Okay. All right. So so it's like a sort of like a relook into the maybe this could be somewhere in the opening scene, like they could have revisited certain places. Maybe they're looking for Gamora, we don't know, right? And then now this is something that we have been waiting since volume one, where volume one or volume two? Volume one, right? Okay.
Volume 2.
Where we have a
Volume 2.
volume two, okay? Yeah. So where we have the first look of Adam Warlock, okay, played by Will Poulter. Okay, guys, I just want you guys to just comment on how he looks, because to me, I got turned off by his look.
Why?
No, I think I think he looks badass, and I think there's a reason why they did that, because I think it's also very good they did that, because if you pull up an aged actor, how long can he play a character? Because we know for a fact, in the comics, Adam Warlock will be part of the Guardians roster. And we know that this particular Guardians team, this is the end for this team. I'm not saying the Guardians movie would not go on anymore, it will go on. But this particular team of roster, this is the end. And Adam Warlock may be the one to continue the roster moving forward. So I think it's a very good idea that they casted Will Poulter, a young actor, to play Adam Warlock. I think it's fine, because you cannot have you cannot have an aged up actor as well, because the movie was from volume 2. So if you have some kind of cloning and stuff like that, I think you to an extent you can age up to a teenager, but not to a grown man. So I think logically, Will Poulter playing Adam Warlock is fine, and I think
No. I'm okay
badass.
with Will Poulter playing Adam Warlock. What I'm talking about is costume and his makeup. I feel he could have done better, lah.
How
We've
much
only
better
seen
you want it to be?
we've only seen like 2 seconds of him. Come on, chillax.
Yeah.
Give him some
Yeah.
screen time.
I mean, this first look in the trailer, sort of like, I was a bit disappointed. I mean, okay, I'm not totally disappointed. I mean, of course, I love to see Adam Warlock, and I love to see Will Poulter portray a character. I've never seen anyone do that before, so this could be this is the first time. But for me, it's like, compared to his okay, I know we cannot take 100% of the comic, but compared to his comic look, is, of course, the only thing that they cannot do is the Mind Stone, right? Because that was with Vision and
Soul Stone.
screwed up there. Okay, but then again, I feel, or maybe I think this could be his his developing look, lah. Maybe I don't know, right? Maybe he could develop, to look better or something like that.
Yeah, because when they created him, I think per volume 2, I think the way they created him is using those the batteries that the Sovereign uses. That there was a huge plot in the volume 2 that they have these charged up batteries or whatsoever. So I think I can agree the fact that over time, like, he also powers up and he looks even more badass. So probably we might get to that comic accurate, thing. But then still he looks fine. And of course he does not. Everyone wondering, why does he have the thing there? Is it the Mind Stone? But of course in the comics he does not have the Mind Stone. He's the holder of the Soul Stone, which all the stones are all gone. So there's no relatable thing or whatsoever. But what's interesting is that in the comics, he's very much related to High Evolutionary, because High Evolutionary is the one who gave the Soul Stone, and he was the one we know with the Soul Stone and stuff. So there's a relating. So I think somehow or other they'll try to connect the dots, but not through the Soul Stone, but some way they'll try to connect the dots. Anyway, so that's interesting.
Yeah, I mean, I think we have to look into the background of the High Evolutionary. I mean, in volume 2, so we didn't see much of Adam Warlock. We just saw his cocoon and that's it, right? But we did not see the process of it. We did not see the beginnings of it, and all that. So yeah. So all that put aside, I hope that we can see something. I hope the volume 3 explores, because I think we have a feeling that volume 3 could be one of the last movie. I mean, James Gunn said this is the last movie where this lineup of the Guardians are there, right? So there could be a change. But I mean, we could see more Guardian movies, but there definitely will be a change. So, at least we see something to do with Adam Warlock or his backstory, or something they can explore there, right? Okay, so moving on, we have Mantis and Peter. Looks like they're crying in 2 different locations. Why they're crying? could be because they miss each other because they're brother and sister. So I don't know. Yeah, okay. But we know that Peter is. I would say he was the most sensitive person, but he can be quite sensitive, lah. So he could be crying for so many reasons, right? And then this is like sort of very different from Groot, where they're sort of like shooting out in I think could be either the high evolutionary like shape or something like that, where in this either half world or counter earth, right, whichever that they choose to go with, where Groot shouts, "We are Groot." Okay, so I've never actually heard Groot shout like that, but Harvin, has there been any incident where there's "We are Groot"?
Not after he died and resurrected, no.
No, but I think all of us need to know that this is not Groot, the Groot that we knew. This is an offspring of Groot.
Yeah,
It's not that Groot. That's why when he grow into, it's not that. You see, the body is very buff.
Yeah.
So it is a different Groot. Like it's an offspring of Groot. So it's a Groot's kid, I would say, lah. So yeah. So that's
No,
why.
but
That's
even
why
the holiday special also, we still hear "I am Groot," right? So that's why I'm asking in this.
No,
No,
we've only heard the original Groot say "We are Groot." That yes.
Yeah,
But
correct.
this Groot,
Yeah.
this new Groot 2.0 lah, let's name him Groot 2.0, has never said it.
Or is it
before.
is it because we are Groot because like two Groots together or something like that?
No, I think he's saying it because he's finally like starting to work together as a team.
Yeah, I think "We are Groot" is like something like family, lah. I think that's the first time when he implies also the same thing.
Yeah.
It's like we are all of us are Groot, because that's the only language, that's the only thing, so the implication might be for that. Yeah.
Maybe Vin Diesel a cameo lah, who knows?
It's already earning some sweet bucks
Family.
just for voicing I
Oh
am
yeah, yeah, family.
Okay, so then moving on, then we see towards the end of the trailer, we see Drax saying that he's going to kill the guy that no one loves. So, yeah. So it's like Drax trying to be funny, and yeah, so basically that's the whole trailer, and yeah, I mean, if you ask me, when I'm watching and rewatching it all over again, it's difficult to pinpoint what sort of story this is going to be. Okay, I know there is like 70 to 80% chance that it's going to be sort of emotional, because we know that, like what you said, this is going to be the last lineup of this Guardians, so definitely going to be a lot of emotions in them. But how emotional it's going to be, so that's where we are. The debate is still there, but yeah, I mean, it's looking like it's going to be one of the best movies that we have had in Marvel so far. The way that the movie is going, the way that the story is being built, and the direction that it's going in. So yeah, we'll see what kind of implication this will have on the Multiverse Saga. It's been so long since we said Multiverse Saga.
But I don't think this would be a major connecting dot to Multiverse. It's going to be a movie by itself, definitely. I think but still
the implications of it, I'm sure there'll be some spillover towards the Multiverse Lab.
Yeah, probably an end tag, a post credit, maybe. But besides that, I don't think it'll just be a ride with the Guardians of the Galaxy. What's interesting about James Gunn is that he can give comedic and plus he'll balance it well with the emotional ride. That's what we have seen in the first Guardians movie and the second Guardians movie. So there's no fun all the way as well. You get to go through with the emotional ride that James Gunn offered as well.
True. All right. Eric, any last thoughts?
Compared to Wakanda Forever, I think this is a legit Marvel trailer. So like Harvin said, it could be a standalone movie, but I think from the trailer, I don't think it's a standalone movie. I think it's a Marvel movie. It's just that there's no like firm directions on what's gonna happen next. Yeah, that's about it lah. Plus, we all know that Marvel likes to pull our legs. They can say this is the last, and then turns out it's not the last. Because I think for Marvel to end everything, like Hawkeye, Winter Soldier, Captain America, who else? Captain Marvel, like to end everything and then just jump into a new train immediately. It's a big bold move. Like, you don't know if people's going to follow with the new characters or not. So I think like their most favorite characters they need to tone down, like Ant-Man, Spider-Man. That's why they're not Doctor Strange, and I think safe to say Guardians lah. They have to really tone down. I think Thor also, it's still in ding ding ding. So yeah, I don't know lah. We'll see lah. We see how the movie comes out. That's what I feel lah.
So, I just think they will replace the ones who dies in this movie like that.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah, the roster there will definitely be Guardians 4, but with a totally new roster. Yeah,
Maybe
that definitely.
Maybe they'll just change like 1% then change new roster. Say new roster.
No, I think that's why I wanted to ask. I really think that we'll see at least 2 main characters dying in this movie. At least I think I would go for Rocket, and also this one is like 50-50, probably Nebula or Drax. Because I don't think Drax can go for. I mean, besides that, I think Dave Bautista, I don't think he can move forward even more. Because he has to work out for that role. I don't know how much longer you can take part in that. And plus Nebula, I think her arc, she was bad, now she's good. That sometimes it's like that. When you turn good, but it's not too good for you, you might die also. So I think Rocket, I think he might be the one to sacrifice. But another one to die in this movie probably would be Nebula or Drax. I would feel.
You think it's like Game of Thrones, is it?
Why?
Game of Thrones, they all read the script and people kept dying left and right center. Okay, anyway, so
Well,
yeah.
Okay, so but we'll see. Maybe the second trailer will give us more impressions as to what will happen, who's going to die, who's really not going to die, things like that. So, yeah, but not saying definitely Rocket is going to die. So, yeah. Okay. So that's the end of our trailer breakdown, and we can't wait for the actual movie to come out. Definitely, it's going to be amazing. Also because recently Disney went back to their old CEO, so maybe the direction that they're going to take in the movies that's not already in post production, they probably will change it up a bit to make it more nostalgic, like the old Marvel movies we used to know.
But Kevin Feige recently did release a statement saying, he heard all those comments, all those Marvel fans all commented. They said,
he heard our voice also. Okay.
Okay. all of Phase 4, not only the series, everything all together. Let it be content, visual, graphic, anything whatsoever. He precisely said we are going to go for quality over quantity. I think that is much more important. Finally, he realized it. I feel like they are putting too much. I mean, yes, you have all the open window to get out special series, movies. We get that. But then we are also still fine that we get to see at least 3 movies and maybe 2 series, 1 special per year is good enough, as long as the quality of the Marvel movie is still there, intact. So Kevin Feige finally heard all the comments. So now, we see what they'll change up after this.
Yep. Okay. So hopefully things change and we can have a good viewing experience. Okay. All right. So guys, please do like and subscribe to our YouTube channel so that we can create more contents like this and have more discussions, so that we can give you like honest opinions, and we because you're not paid by Disney or Marvel, okay? So we'll give you our honest opinions, okay? And please do follow us on our social media at thegeekstreet.my on Instagram and Facebook, and also the link in the description below. We have a link to our Discord channel and our Discord community. Please do join us and let us know what do you guys think about the latest trailer. If you have watched Wakanda Forever, and I'm sure you would have watched Wakanda Forever, let us know what you think about that movie and about the upcoming projects, and things like that. So come and let us know, and hang out with us on Discord. right? So yeah, that's it from us today. Till next time, this is the Geek Street, and the street has spoken. Bye bye.
Ciao. Good night.
Ciao, guys.